All right, from today until the end of the week, Friday, which is the 2nd of October, the University of South Africa's College of Law will host its third annual Spring Law Conference in Magaliesburg. Over the next 3 days, 15 thought leaders, cultural icons and idea benders, including Lebogang Peko, Hugh Masekela, Professors Bani Puchana and Kolela Manku, among others, will share papers and presentations on the impact of colonial, imperial and apartheid onslaught on African people and the positive way forward. Now, this year's conference is themed Decolonizing the Mind, Knowledge and Systems in Africa, South Africa Coming of Age. David Letsoalo, a senior lecturer and chairman of the organizing committee of the annual Spring Law Conference at UNISA, joins us in studio. David, it's so nice to see you and welcome to Morning Live.
I'm so thrilled. Thank you for inviting us.
It's an absolute pleasure. Tell us a little bit about the Spring Law Conference. It was established 3 years ago. Why was it established?
The Spring Law Conference was established precisely by the College of Law in order to make law part of the whole setup, that law cannot be separated from the real issues affecting the nation. And therefore it was a good platform to offer thought leaders, critical thinkers, as well as activists, that kind of stage, springboard to articulate their ideas in order to transform our societies through law and academic deliberations. Why do you feel that the UNISA College of Law is the best backdrop for this? Look, the College of Law by itself, attaches to a number of disciplines, in the sense that law applies to every other discipline. And you'll realize that we have taken the approach that any other discipline can actually be accommodated. You mentioned Hugh Masekela and many other people there who are not necessarily lawyers, but the essence of what they bring forth, legally speaking, does add up in terms of blending various aspects of knowledge, in order to bring about change in human thinking and condition. Yeah. Let's talk about this theme, because it's quite a mouthful. Let's not kid. So it says, decolonizing the mind, knowledge and systems in Africa, South Africa coming of age. Talk to me a little bit about this, David. Where are we going with this? Look, the problem lies with consciousness. At the same time, we cannot talk about colonization without looking at the race issues and race relations, because the whole issue of colonization is premised on one race dominating the other. And at the same time, I want to make a point that every time we talk about colonization, we're talking about Africans being the ones who are colonized. And where in my space, I can't imagine and even think of any African having colonized anybody throughout the world. So it looks like Africans are always at the receiving end of human injustice and political onslaught and so on, including violence. Yeah. But then now the problem is that after independence, we see a different kind of onslaught, which is more mental and spiritual. So that after the physical subjugation of the Africans, you see that followed by the spiritual and mental subjugation. The problem with that is that we can have all the independence and so-called democracies and freedoms, but when those freedoms are not manned or supported or led by conscious, solid individuals who are decolonized, then we will continue to have problems. Where, for instance, even the whole issue of transformation, you'll see the change of bodies. That are we interested in the physical bodies, or are we interested in the substance of the people who are in these positions in our countries? Yeah. So coming of age, it's an analogy relating to the whole issue of growing up. That at 21 years, someone is said to have come of age. So looking at it politically, South Africa is 21 years into democracy. For that, we say it's come of age, 21 years since 1994. Yeah. So the question is, we need to look at and reflect at where we've been since 1994, 21 years, have we done well or not?
Yeah.
But the problem seems to be with conscientization and having substance in terms of our thinking.
Okay.
So, and that affects the way in which we approach things.
Just very quickly, we spoke about some of the those that are going to be contributing to the conference. An amazing list of speakers: Lebohang Peko, Hugh Masekela, Professor Bani Pachana, and the list goes on and on and on. I mentioned some in the introduction. Who else is going to be there over the next few days, and how do people get involved if they would like to?
First of all, I should say that there is Colin Singisa, who is a real expert in issues of Africanization. We have Mr. Philip Atakhosana, who's well known for having led the Langa march in 1960. And we've got Obenewa Amponsa, who is the CEO of the Steve Biko Foundation. And we also have Dr. Mos Mashamaita and Selailo Selota, who is a cultural activist in the sense of being a musical artist, but who has a grounding consciously. So for us, we are going to have a feast, a festival, not only of just coming together joyfully, but a festival of ideas where people are free to share and express themselves in dealing with the whole issue of decolonization. All
right, let's leave it there. Good luck. I hope it goes exceptionally well. David is from the University of South Africa's College of Law, speaking to us about the 3rd annual Spring Law Conference, which kicks off today in Magaliesburg. It ends tomorrow. It's a 3-day conference operating under the theme, Decolonizing the Mind, Knowledge and Systems in Africa. South Africa coming of age. Thank you. Thanks so much, David. Right. It's been a pleasure having you. Okay, so as declared on Twitter, well, this was actually yesterday, not so much today. It's difficult with all the time, the time differences between the United States and here. It's Trevor Noah Day. Hashtag Trevor Noah Day. It was trending the whole of yesterday. And earlier this year, Trevor was announced as the new host of the